Top 10 things to do in Zakynthos, Greece. Hey everyone, welcome to our channel. If you're new here, welcome, and consider subscribing to my channel and click that little bell notification below. Zakynthos, or Zante, is an Ionian island of Greece. It has a way of connecting with its visitors. So trust me, you will not be the first or the last person to fall in love with Zante. Are you curious? Then sit back, relax, and watch the whole video. Now let's get your heart pumping with some of the best things to do in Zante during your vacation. Number 10. Visit the villages to fill up on authenticity. Love is meaningless unless it's genuine. And of all the things to do in Zante, the villages have it all in terms of authenticity. Let me fill you in about a few villages quickly. Kilyomenos has a bell tower from another era, and Laucha has stone houses and cobblestone streets. Kambi overlooks the Bay of Shiza, while Katastari overlooks the Gulf of Alykes. Also, make your way up to Anogarakari for a spectacular 360-degree view. If you visit this village during a festival, you can witness the Cantathis. Cantathis were traditionally sung in the streets to the accompaniment of the mandolin and guitar, and were how islanders expressed joy, grief, and of course, love. Number 9. Discover the beauty of Mizithri's Viewpoint. A great viewpoint on the island's west coast is Mizithri's Viewpoint, which offers the most dramatic views over the cliffs and across the Ionian Sea. Park near Kerry Lighthouse and follow the dirt road to the cliff edge to get there. The views here are breathtaking. Mizithri's Viewpoint, like most places on the west coast, can be extremely dangerous. This is especially true given that no barriers prevent you from falling off the cliff, so take extreme caution. Number 8. Raise a glass to the winemakers of Zante's passion. On Zante, over 19,000 acres are dedicated to growing vines and dozens of different grape varieties. Some have become synonymous with the island, such as the red of Gustiatis, cultivated since the 14th century, and the yellow gold Ribolla. You won't need much persuasion to learn about them, let alone drink them. So make plans to visit a local winery where you can meet the winemakers and learn about their passions. Number 7. Asko Stone Park is a great place to see wildlife. A wildlife sanctuary, zoo, farm, forest reserve, and archaeological site are all rolled into one attraction in the far north of Zakynthos. The park is named after the abundance of stone structures found there, including paving stones, dry stone walls, stone-built tables, and 6th-century-old cisterns cut from the cliffs. Meeting and feeding animals such as ponies, deer, peacocks, raccoons, chinchillas, turtles, goats, rabbits, and pigs will be the highlight for children. The farm also has orchards for peaches and apples that are grown without pesticides. Depending on the season, you may be able to participate in rural activities, such as olive harvesting or cow milking. Number 6. Shopping in Zakynthos. Most shops in Zakynthos are concentrated in the island's capital town. They're mostly found in the paved streets surrounding Salomo Square and Agios Markos Square, and consist of clothing stores, shoe stores, and numerous souvenir shops. Such souvenir shops and mini-markets can also be found in Zakynthos' most popular tourist destinations, like Laganas, Tsilivi, Kalamaki, Argasi, and Alykes. To meet the needs of visitors, shops in Zakynthos usually stay open until late at night. Number 5. Discover the significance of love at first bite. You'll be hooked after just one bite of a local sweet. For example, Mandalato is nougat and roasted almonds, Pastelli is sesame and honey bars, and Fatura is semolina based. Or if you prefer something savory, how about bringing a taste of Zante home with you? Aromatic honey from bees feeding on local mountain herbs and peppery olive oil awaits you. Or perhaps cheeses like smooth Mizithra or spicy Graviera, fruit like sweet melons and zingy wild strawberries, and a variety of regional specialties. Zakynthos' restaurants range from family taverns by the sea to opulent hotel restaurants. Visitors can choose from various restaurants for a delicious lunch, depending on their preferences and where they're staying. Tsilivi, Laganas, Kalamaki, and Argasi have a lot of restaurants. Still, small taverns can be found in villages and on beaches throughout the island. And also, Zakynthos is a lively nightlife island, so bars and clubs are found in many resorts around here. Number 4. Discover the color of love at the Blue Cave. When it comes to Zante, blue is the color of love. Its blue weaves its way through all the colors, from navy to turquoise and back again. The small harbor at Skinari in the far north of Zakynthos serves as the starting point for trips to the Blue Caves, which are also only accessible by water. In minutes, you'll be floating through a magnificent set of limestone sea caves and natural arches. The name of these formations is not coincidental, as the water has what can only be described as a milky blue hue due to the interaction of the sun and the white limestone. You'll be able to swim, but don't be surprised if your skin turns a ghostly color beneath the surface. Number 3. Let the beaches lengthen your stay. There are so many beautiful beaches on Zante that it seems unfair to highlight just a few. But because love is subjective, it's up to you to find the perfect match. To feel close to nature, visit Garakis, a protected nesting site for sea turtles beyond the fine sand and shallow blue water. The umbrellas and sunbeds have been removed from the protected zones, and access after sunset is prohibited. For a sense of discovery, head to Porto Limionas, which is more of a lagoon than a beach. Kerry Beach is one of the most picturesque and family-friendly beaches in the area, with clear, shallow waters and fine pebbles. Agios Nikolaos, named after a small chapel near the beach, is one of the liveliest and most fun-filled, including plenty of water sports. Laganas is the busiest, but it's so long that it rarely fills up. Finally, Porto Vromi, near the boats departing for Shipwreck Beach, is a secluded, narrow beach that isn't as popular as its more famous neighbors. Number 2. Visit the magnificent monasteries, the Panagiaskopio and the Anaphanitria monasteries. The Panagiaskopio Monastery, located on Mount Skopos in the southeast of Zakynthos, is worth the effort for its 15th century church and breathtaking scenery. The church walls are frescoed, and an icon of the Virgin Mary was made in Constantinople and brought to Zakynthos after the Ottoman Empire took it. The double-headed eagle, an emblem of the Byzantine Empire, stands out on the church floor. The journey to the monastery is part of the fun, as you hike up a winding path from the coastal resort of Kalamaki. When the sun shines too brightly in the middle of summer, you can always drive up the winding mountain road from Argasi to the north. Anaphanitria Monastery is a Byzantine-era monastery on the island that was consecrated in the middle of the 15th century and was unaffected by the 1953 earthquake. Saint Dionysius, the patron saint of Zakynthos, spent the last years of his life here in the 1500s. The monastery has a charming stone tower that was initially built to protect the complex, but was later converted into a campanile. The courtyard, with freestanding columns, fruit trees, palms, flowers growing in pots, and vines creeping up the rustic stone walls, is perhaps the most photogenic spot. Number 1. Finally, do not forget to visit the museums. The Byzantine Museum, housed in an arcaded mansion on Salamo Square, is a repository of Byzantine and post-Byzantine religious art from around the island. There are frescoes, icons, and wood carvings from the Byzantine period. However, the museum also houses paintings, vestments, crucifixes, and other liturgical artifacts dating from the 15th to the 17th centuries. Some of these were manufactured outside of Zakynthos and brought to the island during Ottoman rule. How about a museum that can teach you about the history of olive oil? Yes, Aristian Olive Press Museum near the airport will teach you everything you need to know about the island's fame about olive oil. The tour starts in the 1700s, with a collection of antique tools, such as a wooden press and grindstones powered by animals. Compare this to the cutting-edge factory with its stainless steel vats and centrifuge. Along the way, your guide will teach you about olive oil and explain the difference between virgin and extra virgin olive oil. There's homemade bread to dip in Aristian's oil and a factory shop selling olive oil soap, garlic, and lemon-infused oils. So that's all for today's video. If you made it this far, click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon for more awesome content. Thanks for watching.